profile of a user. So it's got the rich and unique feel of the social media aspects. This is going to be the public facing profile, and it's got all important information here. It's got the details, the basic details of the player. You can see the tabs at the top which says overview, bio. You see these things at the top, posts and different ratings and reviews and achievements and everything. So on his profile, this is going to be an overview of how it looks like, basic details and details of any all the tests and scores he has done. So this even accommodates multiple sports. So his overall score is what's going to be displayed here, and once you click on that, it'll take you to further details and all the followers and the different posts and all the photographs and everything that he's uploaded, all his achievements. You can see it can come from the academy, different lists of achievements and everything that the player has actually had in his whole career. So all of these achievements, the players can add achievements themselves. The academy can add achievements from the back end, and all of this will come here. It will include personality development, completion achievements, your educational achievements, and all of that, and testimonials. And so all of the primary details of a player will appear on his profile. Even his educational details will come into this. The player scores can actually be seen here. So if you click on each score, it will take you to the different statistical parameters. So here right now this is some dummy information, but what this score can be in the future is it can be segregated and split into his physical parameters. That'll be shown in orange, and then all these specific parameters which are under him. So it can be basic info, then physical parameters, technical ability, his educational statistics, all the milestones that he's completed, all the units that he's covered, chemistry, physics, maths, or whatever, any subjects that he's been in. And also what additionally can also be part of this is you can also have information on his personality development session. So right next to this we will have a session where you can click and see more details, and more details will actually take him through a page where he can see connected images and videos and more details about that particular test and item. There is going to be a dedicated page for the player which the recruiter can actually come and see. This will be more like the passport for him. This will talk about specific details of the tests and everything that he has gone through. So once they click on individual, the orange color tabs from the previous individual history, so when they click on physical parameters, for example, this is the kind of page that they'll go through, where you will see the overall score for the player. In terms of what's his overall score, you can see 82 different short parameters on what's his pace, dribbling, passing, shooting, defending, what's his physical ability, and when was he last assessed, what's his overall score, what was his growth rate from the previous assessment, and of course details of all the previous tests or coaching history that he has actually had, or details of whenever the player was tested and all those scores. So when you click on view details, the individual scores are again going to be visible. So have multiple pages, one for each segment. So this can be for physical, you'll have something similar for um, your educational, one for your personality development. So all the scores and everything will change according to that interface. And for personal development, we can even have images and photos and videos that support um, different segments right below. In place of assessment history, you can have all those details. It needs a little bit of customization from our end, but that's probably how it will look and feel. Coach, this is going to be the landing page that they are actually going to see. Now, the way that we've built it is it gives a story view. It's pretty much like Instagram, where you are viewing the events and pretty much the growth and development of a player. So the player can upload his own videos and photos, and all of this can be seen in the form of a home feed, much like Instagram. And that's the whole idea, because you can keep the players engaged. It'll encourage more and more videos and other items to be publicized at their end, and this will contribute to providing a picture to the recruiter. Whenever some recruiter is coming and seeing a person's profile, it will be a mix of all his statistical parameters as well as a story that he has built over in terms of images and videos over the time of period whenever he's on the app. So it's pretty much, you can see stories up top and matches near me. So any he can play and engage in casual games, or this can even be from the academy, where you'll show games from the academy over here on the segment, and then the home feed. So we strategically aligned elements so that the users remain engaged and are able to have some constantly be on the platform and be able to discuss and improve all their performance amongst themselves. Straightforward for the player to add items from his gallery. He can just take a photo and upload his details, and it's a very straightforward interface, very rich, very straightforward interface for the player. He can even edit and um, curate his content in a way that makes it more appealing, and all of this can directly be done right from the interface. He can crop the image, or he can even he can even put a story right from, upload the image and take a picture of himself. And there's an option for him to go live as well, pretty much like any other social media, and where he can maybe even engage in some live content, live game that he's probably playing at. His parents can probably live stream that, so that it helps visualize all the engagements that the player has actually been part of. And it's a very rich interface, which completely allows the person to anybody to view and see the story of a child as he's developing. So now, on the public platform, a live stream will appear like this. So anybody who's following the player, the academies, or the coaches can now see whatever matches the player is playing. And for parents as well, of course, they can, if at all they're not able to come watch their child on ground, they can of course watch them live if the academy decides to go live on behalf of the player as well. So all that option is definitely possible here. Be a dedicated page where he can see all the events that is happening near him. It can be events from casual games that his friends has hosted. It could be a tournament that he can probably take part in. And also, you can see up top, you can filter by all this information. It could be tournaments or even team trials. So all the academies are now conducting, for example, Blackburn is now conducting an open trial to take players. So somebody can come and register for that open trial and then come forward into the academy. And also, all this um, team sessions can also be made part of the item here. So or you can filter by that, and this is how the interface will look. So he will have a my event section where all the events from the academy, which includes training sessions, which includes any routine lessons, so all of that would become available to the player here. So we have a dedicated page for that. Session page will actually look like, to the player, he'll have details of where and when, and this register button is optional if at all. That's an external training session, but for the academy, you can directly be part of it. So this is a much more comprehensive event management interface, and it's very rich. Not all of the features might be relevant to the academy, but of course everything that the academy needs will be here. Details of what the training is about, and then once the training starts, the coach will have an option to start recording all the information regarding that training session right from here. An important part that we were talking about is the player welfare, where there is a welfare chat. So up top you can see the messaging here. That is going to be the public messaging platform where he can chat with anybody, much like on a social media. But we'll have an option here called a welfare chat, where he can directly talk to a representative of a staff, a welfare staff of the academy. So he can click on probably one of this, and it will take him to a messaging page. Of course, going to be like a straightforward messaging service. You have option to use voice, images, video, you know all of this information on the messaging page would be right here for them to upload images and record their voice. So all this information is directly going to be available here, and then this information can, if required, be produced as evidence. So whatever is part of the welfare chat can be reproduced if necessary, if at all the academy needs to provide this for an evidence in the event of some mishap, or in the event of an inquest. The academy can of course also have a group chat where all its members can come together and for everyday discussions regarding whatever is in the academy. So all of this can actually be done, and it's pretty easy for a coach or even the academy to add this. So right now this is part of the public portal, but we can also make this, we are working on building this on the academy portal as well. So they can directly chat and add members, and you can discuss probably immediate items regarding the academy here in the chat as well, and it'll be easily accessible to everyone. Additional bits and pieces, because to keep the players engaged, we have a they can keep themselves updated with all the latest sports news. The API pulls all this information. They can keep themselves up to date, and also on fixtures, different fixtures that's actually on the platform. They can see that here. So all of that is